This is the unboxing of the Samsung A56, the best A-series phone at the moment. I'll also share my thoughts on its design and main specs. The A56 was released in March 2025 and is just a bit more expensive and better than the A36, which we unboxed in a previous video. In terms of design, as you will see later, it looks awesome. Now, let's see what's inside. You don't need a knife since you can remove the two seals with your fingers. This clearly shows that we're dealing with a more premium phone. It's a nicer unboxing experience. The top of the box slides off, and inside we immediately see the beautiful back of the A56. The screen protector has a tail that lets us safely pull the phone out, which is a nice touch. We'll remove the protective layer later. In the second half of the box, behind the phone, there's the quick start guide, but there's also something in the first half, a small box that can be pulled out. Attached to it, there's the SIM tray tool, and inside the compartment we find some more Samsung paperwork along with an USB-C to USB-C cable. As we know, Samsung no longer includes the power brick. Now let's do the most satisfying part of the unboxing. Peeling off the screen's protective layer. The phone feels great in the hand because it's much thinner than the previous model, the A55. I got the black version, though Samsung actually calls it Awesome Graphite, which is really more of a gray tone. It's the darkest color available for the A56, and I really like it. This shade of gray looks more premium, especially since it makes the new camera design pop. It also feels sturdier. Samsung has improved the build quality on this mid-range phone. We now get Gorilla Glass Victus Plus on the front. The frame is aluminum with subtle horizontal lines that improves grip. It's also adding a nice aesthetic touch. The back is covered with Gorilla Glass Victus Plus, which is great. An interesting change is on the bottom side, where the SIM tray has been moved. On the A55, it was on the top near the selfie camera, but not anymore. Speaking about the top side, here we now see two holes instead of just one. One is for the noise-canceling microphone and the other is a pressure equalization vent. It comes in handy in changing environmental conditions. Very interesting. When we power up the phone, we see the same selfie camera cutout as on A56's predecessor, which is nice. But I can definitely sense an improvement in this year's display. You'll notice it too as we clear everything up and go over the main specs of the Samsung A56. In terms of size, it's slightly longer and wider than the A55, but this doesn't bother me because it's much slimmer. At just 7.4mm, it's very thin, making it much more comfortable to hold and use. Of course, size relates directly to the screen. The A56 now comes with a 6.7-inch display, larger than the one on the A55. The bezels have been greatly reduced, giving the phone nearly a 2% better screen-to-body ratio. This is always a welcome improvement. The phone features a 120Hz Super AMOLED display just like on the A55, and it's a fantastic panel. Peak brightness has been bumped up to 1200 nits, and this is the improvement that I appreciate. It is 200 nits higher than the previous model, so you won't struggle to use it outdoors even on a sunny day. Resolution-wise, it still offers Full HD+, which is more than enough, especially since even Samsung's more expensive S25 comes with the same resolution. One of the most important upgrades is in the build quality. The A56 comes with Gorilla Glass Victus Plus on the front, an aluminum frame, and again Gorilla Glass Victus Plus on the back. On the A55, Samsung didn't clearly mention using the same material. I believe it only had regular Gorilla Glass on the back, so the A56 definitely has better scratch resistance. Another key aspect is the IP67 rating for dust and water protection. That's a feature the A55 also had, but it's still great to see it here. The A56 can survive in water up to 1 meter deep for as long as 30 minutes. Before we get into the software, it's worth noting that the new phone no longer includes the microSD card slot for expandable storage in the SIM tray, and that's a bit of a downside. Instead, it supports 2 nano SIMs. On the software side, Samsung really stepped things up. The A56 will receive 6 years of updates. On the A55, we only got 4. It also ships with the latest Android 15 and One UI 7, which is fantastic. As for cameras, this phone has a 12-megapixel selfie camera. On the back, you'll find a 50-megapixel main camera, an 8-megapixel ultra-wide, and a 5-megapixel macro. Overall, their performance is excellent for a mid-range phone. For video, good news. All cameras support 4K at 30 frames per second with stabilization. And yes, that includes the selfie camera, which can also shoot stabilized 4K. When it comes to RAM and storage, the base model comes with 128GB of internal storage and 6GB of RAM. Of course, you can also opt for higher configurations with more RAM and storage for a bit more money. On the performance side, there's good news. news, Samsung equipped the A56 with the Exynos 1580 processor paired with an improved GPU. Put it all together and the A56 delivers roughly 25 to 30% better performance compared to the A55, a very solid upgrade. Battery capacity stays the same at 5000 mAh, but charging is where we see a major leap. The A56 now supports 45 watts fast charging, reaching about 65% in just 30 minutes and a full charge in around 70. The previous model was limited to 25 watts, so this is a big improvement. The only real downside compared to its predecessor is the missing microSD card slot for storage expansion. But aside from that, the A56 brings upgrades across the board. To wrap it up, this mid-range phone just got better. It looks sleek, feels comfortable in the hand thanks to its slim 7.4mm profile, and offers solid hardware and software improvements. It's powerful enough for everyday use, and it's also a very good device for gaming. If you enjoyed the unboxing and quick specs of this phone, make sure to hit that like button. And if you want to see the unboxing of the A26 or A36, just click on one of the videos you now see on the screen. Take care, guys.